Okay, so we're going to make a start. First thing you'll see, I've got a really sharp pencil. Ideally you want a HB pencil because that's ideal for this sort of drawing. Again, if you've got like an art pencil, a 3B, 2B, they're a little bit too soft, it ends up being a bit scruffy. So ideally you want a HB pencil. So as you can see, we need our page, landscape, obviously portraits the other way around, and I'm using an A4 piece of paper, exactly like you'll have at home, and I'm actually going to do it using a shorter ruler just to show you what we can do. What we're going to do, we're always going to start measuring from the top of our page, and start with, you'll see I'm going to put the 0 on our ruler absolutely flush with the top of our page. I'm starting at the left hand side, and I'm going to measure down 4 centimeters or 40 millimeters. So if you've got a shorter ruler, you're going to have to do this a few times along the page. Again, we'll do the same there. So 4 centimeters. All I'm doing is just putting a little dot, or you can put a little line coming out. Don't put a line down the ruler, that won't help us at all. It needs to be from the 4 running out, like that. Once you've done that, we're then going to do a construction line. Now, a construction line is a really light, faint line that we do on our drawings. And again, I tend to draw a construction line using the pencil. So rather than holding it right down the bottom, I use the pencil, holding it towards the end, and I'm just using the weight of the pencil against my line to draw that faint line. I'll draw it a little bit darker than what it should be, so you guys can see it, but as you can see, we can still manage to do it using that ruler. Again, it's really important that we check that these measurements are correct. So again, just before I move on, I'm checking that that's exactly 40 mil. Again, checking it's 40 mil, checking it's 40 mil. We're going to do a series of horizontal lines first, and then we're going to do a series of vertical construction lines. Like I say, we will darken these off a bit later on. So what we're going to do, once we've drawn that first 40 mil line, I'm just going to write this measurement here. You don't need to do this, just to remind yourselves. The next one is we're going to measure from the line we've just drawn. Again, putting our ruler on 0 on the line, and we're going to measure down 7 centimeters, so 70 millimeters. Again, exactly, make sure it's exactly on that line we've just started drawing, 70 millimeters down. And then again, construction line, so a light, faint line. Realistically, it should be light enough that you can see it, and nobody else should be able to see it. So your mum and dad looking over your shoulder, it should be really faint. Like I say, I'm doing them a little bit darker than I would normally do, but don't worry about that. Okay, the next one. So again, we've now got a 70 mil. So again, you don't need to write this measurement. I'm just doing it in case you forget the measurements. Again, from the line we've just drawn, we then put our ruler on 0, and this time we're going to measure 3.5 centimeters. So 3.5. Go to the middle, 3.5, 3.5. Again, align your ruler on those points. Draw that faint construction line. So again, that one's 35 mil. Next one. So from this bottom line again, put our ruler on 0, and this time we're going to measure down 20 millimeters. Or 2 centimeters, as you can see on this ruler. Again, I'm drawing them darker than I would normally, but I'm just doing it so you guys can see them on your screen. Again, so that was 20 millimeters. Again, you don't need to write these dimensions. These are just for me. And then last one, from the bottom line, we then measure, I'll just put my ruler on there so you can see. Put my ruler on 0 on the line, and then measure down 1.5 or 15 millimeters. Again. So to start with, that's all the horizontal lines we're going to need.